Transformers more than meets the eyes. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and today we are going to be opening and unboxing the Soundwave. This is the Transformers Legacy United Soundwave. It comes with 3 cassettes. It comes with Rumble, Buzzsaw, and Ravage. So there's the artwork on the front there, and you can see the cassettes coming out of Soundwave there. And on the back side, you can see the artwork that they have for this line. And you can see here Soundwave transforms into his cassette player there, and it takes 18 steps. And then we got the cassettes. We got Rumble here, takes 8 steps. We got Buzzsaw, it takes only 4 steps. And then we got Ravage here that takes 7 steps. And from what I understand, the Rumble here is just basically a repainting of the Studio Series 86 Rumble, which is good in a way because it gives me an idea of how probably Soundwave is going to, at least size-wise, going to be for the Studio Series 86 when they ever release him. I'm hoping it's not just a repainting of this one, but maybe it will be. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyways, so let's open this thing up and we'll have a good look at it. So first of all, let's snip the back over here. And I'm sure, just like most of Hasbro's packaging, there's going to be a lot of tags that we got to remove. Lots of tape here that we're going to be taping there. And then we're going to see about transforming these cassettes. There's and as well as the Soundwave, there's quite a few stuff going on in here. So there he is there. I don't think we got anything else on the box. Let's have a look. So instruction-wise, we have a nice instruction book here, and I'm assuming it has for everyone. Yeah. So let's release everyone. There's a little package here, which I assume has the accessories. So we'll pop that out first just to see what's in there. I assume it has all the guns and weapons and everything that we need for not just Soundwave, but the cassettes as well. So we'll just snip that open. And so let's have a look here. And for what I understand, they're probably going to have Rumble's kind of the 2 Rumble things that he has, the 2 pounder things. I can't remember what they're called. The earthquake making stuff that he has. There they are. There's one of them. So yeah, let's have a look here. We got yes, we got Rumble's things here. This looks like Soundwave's gun, I think. And these are his accessories on the back and his cannon. This looks like this has got to be for Buzzsaw. And yeah, let's have a look at everything. Is there anything else in here? Okay, cool. Let's have a look. So here is Soundwave. Let's snip him out of there. Okay, there's Soundwave. Put him down there. And let's release the cassettes. Okay, there's Buzzsaw. Oops. Buzzsaw's right there. There's Ravage. And last but not least, Rumble. Let's get him out of there. Okay, so let's pop this back in here so I don't lose the packaging thing. There we go. Okay, that goes back into there. Okay, so let's lower the camera a bit so we can see everyone. Okay, so let's move these back here. So we have Soundwave here. We have the cassettes. And, okay, very interesting. Let's see if we can figure it out without looking at the instructions. So there's the front of the cassette. Let's see. So Soundwave, let's check out his articulation. It's got pretty good articulation there. Arms rotate 100 or 360 degrees. So that's cool. You can do the splits. Yes, he can. He can turn his legs all the way around. Absolutely. Torso. Yes, torso goes 360 as well. How about the head? Head. Yeah, head turns a 360 as well. So very good mobility, much more than the original Transformer toy. So let's see. Well, let's have a good look at this thing. So we have a couple accessories. We have these things here. I feel like there should be more accessories, but I don't know. Anyways, let's put this here. And this thing, oh, there you go. This thing comes out. Oh, actually, this one goes on top. This thing goes here. This thing goes in his hand. And so this thing just kind of shoots. It doesn't actually come out all the way, it looks like. And then he has a gun here. It looks like it folds in like this, and you can bring it out like that. I think that looks better that way. Okay, we'll leave it as a big ass gun. There we go. So he has got quite a few bit accessories there. So let's have a look at the cassettes. So the cassettes, I would imagine they fit in here. I just don't know if it's up or down. Let's see. I can't tell which is left and which is right. This way? Or do I have to put it in here? Oh, it's a snug fit, but it fits. Okay. So they just barely fit in there, but they fit very nicely. And then we'll just pop it out. Oh boy. There we go. And I imagine they all fit pretty much the same. Yep. Ravage seems to fit a little bit nicer. And then let's try Buzzsaw. Yep, Buzzsaw comes in and out nicely. Okay, so it has a nice eject button. Very nice. Okay, so let's have a look at the, let's do the cassettes first. And we'll do Buzzsaw first. He only has 4 moves, or four parts to it. So let's see. There's his head. Uh-huh. It looks like his head comes up through the top there. So this, I think, moves up. Uh-oh, I broke it. Maybe I should have a quick peek at the instructions. This is much different than the Buzzsaw I remember, for sure. So, definitely different. So I assume I gotta bring the wings out. There we go. The feet have to come down. I'm just trying to figure out how to get the head out without breaking it. Foot comes down here, and then something pushes his head out. I just flick it. Oh, there he is. Okay, so there's his head there. And then we'll get this feet down here. Okay, so that's not too bad. I just don't know if his tail is quite right. So I don't know if I transformed it quite right. Oh, okay, I see. This thing, there used to be attachments on Buzzsaw in the original G1, but I guess this folds in and this is now his rockets. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, so they made Buzzsaw in one piece, so he doesn't have the 2 attachments on like the G1 does. And so that's Buzzsaw there. I don't know if he sits on his shoulder or not. Not terribly well. There's no slot for it, is it? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so again, let's do that slowly now that I figured it out. We're gonna flip this thing here. His head flips into there. The wings go into here, and then these things kind of flip down there. And I'm wondering if this thing is what pin, this pin here. I wonder if that attaches the Soundwave to allow it to snap in. Anyways, so again, so here's the cassette. We're gonna flip the feet down here. We're going to flip the arms out here. The head head maps down. Trying to figure out the easiest way to make the head move. There we go. Get the head to move that way, and then we get his rockets over here, which I keep snapping off when I do that. But that's essentially the transformation for Buzzsaw. And I'm wondering, as I said, I'm wondering if this little taggy thing here, trying to see if I can get it down easily enough. I wonder if that sits on Soundwave somewhere. I don't see where it will connect. So I'll have to look at the instructions. I don't know what this little pin thing's for, but I imagine it's attached to someone. He's got this little pin thing here. Anyways, so we'll figure that out. So that's Buzzsaw. All right. So I think Rumble. I'm going to take a look at the instructions quickly for Rumble. But I feel a feeling I'm going to have to twist his torso or do something weird with his body. And I kind of don't want to break it. So let's have a look here. So we're going to, this is Rumble here. We got the right way. Which way is forward? This is his head that way, so that goes this way. And so it looks like his feet come out first. There's his feet there. Okay, and then raise his arms up. Okay. And then we're going to bring his feet down. Cool, and twist his feet this way. Good. And then we're going to flip out his fists. He's got tiny little fists there. And you really need to get some nails to do that. There we go. And then we'll bring his arms down. Bring his arms down. And then we'll bring his head up. Easy way to do that other than with fingernails? I guess nope. Okay. And then we gotta do something else. Am I just turning his head? No, it must be the whole torso has to turn. That head there. Where is his leg got to turn? Okay, so legs turn. Okay, there we go. And I guess this has to joint down a bit more. Get his arms down. So his arms are a little bit tricky because he kind of has like shoulders are kind of slouched up, but they're kind of supposed to come down at 90 degrees. Let me see if I can get that to bend down that way. There we go. So you do have to do a little bit of pressure to get that down. Very good. All right, there's Rumble. And let's see, Rumble has some guns that go on the side. So I thought these were Buzzsaws, but these are Rumbles. And they go, it looks like, on here. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's behind Soundwave. So this is a tiny Rumble. I remember the G1 being a little bit bigger than this one. It looks, at least to me, smaller than the G1 size for cassettes. So we'll confirm that, whether today or another video. But yeah, these look a little bit smaller. At least Rumble looks smaller. Buzzsaw looks smaller than what I remember. And then to do the other parts, so we can attach these to the back of his, to his back. And then we can add the Rumble arms to him. I think I'm doing this right. There we go. Now, how to do the Rumble arms? I imagine the arms have to, yes, so we put the arms back up and we fold the hands back in. And it looks like, I think we leave the arms like this and we just shove these in. I don't know if one's left, one's right, or they're both the same. I think they're both the same. And so we just shove this in on each side. And now he can do the earthquakes. Oops, I just knocked off his back part. I'll put that back on. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. So that's pretty cool there. So there's Rumble. So he can start doing damage like that. Very good. So we can zoom in on there. So Rumble looks pretty nice like that. He's got the big Rumble arms. He can do some damage. Those things are huge. I mean, they're compared to his size anyways. They're pretty much the same size as him. And I don't know if these, I don't think these move up or not. No, they don't spring at all. Okay, very good. So that's pretty cool. This is the first time I'm seeing this, so that's pretty neat. So let's have a look at Ravage now. So Ravage might be a little bit more interesting. Let me see if I can turn my camera down. There we go. There's Ravage. Let's see how Ravage works. So Ravage, now I don't see any accessories for Ravage, so I guess he's all in one here. Because usually the OG one, you had to attach his the side things on him, but I don't see any more accessories. They're all rumbles. Okay, so let's figure this out. So we got to turn it to the back. It looks like, and then we're going to free up his legs. I guess it's this way we have to do it. Okay, so his legs. Ugh, there's one there, and there's one. Wow, these are really stiff. Very stiff legs. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't break it. So I got this one down, but they are very, very stiff here. I'm trying to tease this down, but it's very stiff. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Let me see. Huh, just does not want to go. Okay, it was, I guess, caught on the other leg. Anyways, so just so you know, when you're transforming it, it gets stuck a little bit. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold, it looks like these legs, and the whole thing folds inwards. Okay, so this whole thing bends that way. Ugh, very stiff joints. I don't know if others are having the same stiff joints that I'm having here, but my God, that is very, very stiff. Okay, so that we got this part down. So now I'm assuming we're going to be uncovering the legs soon. But before we do that, we're flipping something up. I am kind of confused. This thing, it looks like it flips up here. Just got to figure out where the joint is. Oh yeah, there it is. So that joint flips over here. Good. And then the legs come out. Which, wait. That goes there. So this flips down this way. But I'm hitting the other joint. So do I have to flip it down this way maybe? No. The problem is I got this leg thing out and it's not allowing me going back here. Okay. Somehow I had to get this leg past the other leg. And as I said, this thing is very stiff, so I'm not sure. I don't want to break it, but it looks like I'm gonna have to force this out. There we go. So we have to force the leg out, and this thing too. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. So those are the rockets right there. They're a lot smaller than I remember those. And so I think those are the legs there. I'm just seeing if I position them correctly. That's the legs there. And the head comes out here. Okay, so those are the legs. There's the legs. So yeah, it's a lot different actually. Not just a little bit different than the Ravage I remember. The Ravage I remember, it's more flat. This is a fatter Ravage, and these rockets used to attach onto the sides, so there are a lot more accessories for that. So this is a fair bit different transformation for Ravage than I am used to, but that's Ravage in a nutshell. So the cassettes are very, very stiff. It's not that the transformation is overly that difficult. It's that the joints are really, really stiff. So when you're trying to do it for the first try and trying to making sure that you don't break it, that's the challenge. That's the challenge. But anyways, let's see if his mouth moves open. No, his mouth doesn't move open. Okay, so that's interesting. So let's have a look. So we got let's flip this back up. So we got Ravage, we got Rumble, and we got Buzzsaw all set. And now we are going to figure out how to transform Soundwave back or into his cassette form. So we are going to take off all his weapons. We're going to take this off first. We're going to take off this one. And we're going to take off this one. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shove the hands. Let me bring this forward. So we're going to put the hands in. Now the hands are in. And then it looks like we're going to spin the torso that way. So he's facing now backwards. Then we're going to flip this thing over. So far the joints on Soundwave are a lot looser than the cassettes, which is nice. So we just kind of put this head into the back there now. And now we're going to do some stuff with his arms. And I always find looking sometimes at the pictures for the transformations, sometimes it's a little bit confusing the way they do the pictures. It looks like his arms kind of fold in. And then it looks like we're pulling this whole thing back on that side and that side there. So we just pull those back. And then we are kind of folding the arms up so they click into each other. So I'm just trying to figure out how this is done. So it looks like there's a tag here. So that must go with the other arm tag here. And it looks like there's two dots here. So I'd have to imagine they snap into something eventually. So let's get these arms in. So they must attach somewhere here. But it's really interesting. This looks like it collapses even more. Oh, I see. It collapses even more. Okay. So I didn't bend it all the way. So it looks like I have to turn these in this way. Okay. And then bend that all the way in. And then now it can clip in. Okay. So now it looks like we got the back part more or less done. Just got to clip it in and tag it a bit more. Very good. So I think we got the back part done. Okay. May not be perfect, but it looks like it will do the job. And now we're going to, I did that part already. So, okay, so now we're spinning it back around and we're going to do some stuff with the legs. So we're going to flip these things up, it looks like. And then we're going to flip these things down. Okay. And then we're tucking in the feet. And then we're going to close these back up. So now we've got the feet in there. And then we're turning these up. Like so. And then we're going to fold them in. So this part is very similar to the G1, at least this step is. We're flipping the legs up. And this is the first time I'm transforming it. I'm so used to the G1 mode, which is a lot simpler. Okay, and then it looks a little distorted to me, but I guess that's close enough. I don't know if I have to pull the legs out more. And then we got to do something with the bottom, it looks like. So this thing flips out. Oh, okay, and then you got these flaps here that come out. Okay, and then they tag in. So it looks I got this a little bit warped, and I don't know why. Or maybe, I didn't snap this in all the way. All right, so this has to go in a bit more, and then locks in, and that should lock in better there. And I must have did the same thing on this side. Yeah, that's the problem. I didn't lock the feet in all the way. So that should be there. And then this has to tag in this blue thing here. So there's a little snag that tags into there, and this tags into here. Okay, I think we got it. So there's the Soundwave. And I have to see if the accessories go back on. Yes, they do. So Soundwave is done, essentially. We're going to take this cannon here, push that down, and then it goes in the back. I guess it goes in this way. So this goes here. And then the other one goes here. So there's a little, sorry, I don't know if you saw that. There's a whole hole on the other side and this side, and these things go in the back here. And then the last but not least, this gun folds in like so. And then you put it here. Okay, so essentially now you're not going to lose anything. There is Soundwave. A little bit more complicated than the G1, and I guess it has to do with the fact that they added so much more mobility to this thing, so it had to add a few more complexity steps to it. The cassettes, let's go ahead and see if I can figure out how to transform these back. Wish me luck. We're going to take these things off. We're going to take Rumble's things off here. Ooh, wow, these are really in there. Okay. Oops, that's rolling. All right, so I know the head flips back, so let's do that. The arms, I remember I have to push these up. And then what? They bend somehow. I think they go like this. Okay, and then the feet. Oh no, wait, something. I think this goes up here. And then these flip down. I think. Okay, here we go. Let me flip the feet up. And then the feet goes up, and this flips. Sorry, I have to flip this in this way. And flip the foot. Ah, I think I have the joint on backwards. Yep, I do. Alright, so we managed to figure out how to get Rumble back into cassette mode. Alright. So I guess from what I understand, this is the same mold for the Studio Series 86. So as I said, I assume that means that either they're going to make Soundwave very similar to this mold. It fits in there. As I said, Rumble seemed to fit the tightest of these cassettes. So I don't know if they're gonna just make this also well the Studio Series 86 with some coloring changes. I am not sure. I am not sure about that. And they were. I don't know why they just didn't release the Studio Series 86. We've been waiting for some more Decepticons for that series. So we'll flip that back in here and then flip the legs down. Still don't know what this thing's for. Anyways, so there's Buzzsaw. And then we'll do Ravage. And Ravage I had the most trouble with, only because his joints are so damn stiff. So we're going to flip the legs in. Ugh. And even right now I'm having trouble flipping it in. They're pretty stiff. This leg here does not want to bend in like the other one. One side bent in fine, the other side doesn't want to bend in. There we go. Very tight. All right. And then this foot. Flip that foot up. Put this foot up. And I'll tuck the feet in. Okay. And now I gotta remember how to bend this to make it into cassette type. Let me look at the instructions again. I lost track of this step here. All right, this thing bends out. And it bends in, and this has to bend up. I'm sure this gets easier with time, just because it loosens up the joints, but my goodness, this thing is not the easiest to transform, just because, again, the joints are so tough. And this flips up this way, that flips into there, foot is stuck. This left foot, so you can see this foot comes in really nice, and this foot does not want to move back. I don't know if I split it this way. No, it doesn't bend that way. That's very strange. I'm gonna have to like tuck it up somehow over this joint, and I hope it doesn't break. There you go. Okay, and last but not least, this thing has to kind of fold in on itself somehow. No, I'm folding it the wrong way. And this thing bends in. Okay. Yeah, so we've more or less got Ravage done. It's a little bit harder to do, but it's essentially into this cassette mode there. But yeah, a little bit trickier. So let's have a little go at Soundwave and see if we can transform it back. So let's flip this thing back. Oh, so anyways, back to, or I should probably review. The cassette modes, they're okay. They look like cassettes. Ravage, definitely the hardest to transform because of the joints. Rumble and Buzzsaw, pretty easy. I like the way they transform. And I like the fact that Buzzsaw's thing is now part of it. You don't have to keep track of the extra parts, because it used to be part of, or extra parts that go on top of there. And a Buzzsaw obviously is a repaint of Laserbeak, or vice versa, because Buzzsaw originally came with Soundwave, and then Laserbeak was the more popular one they used in the cartoon. And I assumed that's for a reason of just selling more toys, because they said, "Hell, we include the yellow one, let's make them buy the red one." But I'm not 100% sure about that. And then we got Rumble, and I like the fact they include these Rumble things, because that did not come with the original toy. But obviously in the cartoon, he did that a lot. I think the painting of this is slightly different than the Studio 86. So again, trying to make you to buy that. But for me, I'm going to be satisfied with this one, because the Rumble Studio Series 86 is no longer in circulation. So you would have to buy that from a third party, which has got to be a lot more expensive than what it was when it first came out. Ravage, I found the most trickiest, I guess. Again, because the legs are yeah, unusually stiff. And so yeah, I'm can't say I love the Ravage transformation, but it is what it is. So let's get that in there. think I had to tuck the feet up a little bit, so now it should be okay. So let's do. I mean, Soundwave looks like a cassette recorder to me. It looks pretty good in both forms. I think his head's a little bit smaller than I like. So let's transform it back and see. But the cassette shape, more or less what I would expect. It's just, I think his head's a bit smaller than I would have expected. But we'll find out. Let's bring his feet out again. Oh, I forgot to take off the accessories. Okay. And as I said, Soundwave was one of my favorite Transformers when I was younger. My brother actually had it, not me, but it was still one of our favorite toys to play with. How did I flip this up again? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, there it is. Like, I can't get the foot up for some reason. Okay, so now we're going to bring that up. We're going to bring this up. We're going to bring the foot down, flip this in. Okay, so I think the feet are correct now, other than they're facing the wrong way. Let's get them facing the right way. No, maybe they are facing the right way. I just have to probably flip the torso around. Okay, and then now let's take this weapon off here, This is his gun. We'll flip it out. And then we're going to flip these arms out. And they actually will go slap into there. We'll flip the head out. Snap that into there. And I think more or less I just have to get his hands out. And I think I did it. Okay. That's good. And do I have to do anything funky with these bottom parts? No, I don't think so. And then that's it. Okay, so, and the feet still don't look right. Oh, right, because the torso has to spin. There we go. All right, so now we got Soundwave transformed back to normal, or back to robot form. And let me see, is the head smaller than the next? No, I guess proportionally it's okay. Red eyes there. I like the trim around it. It's not quite the same colors as G1. I think as the I guess Studio Series 86 would be. I think that would probably be a slightly lighter blue, I would imagine. But anyways, that's not too bad. And as you can, the Soundwave is posable, so you can do some decent poses with him. Let's get his rocket on. I think this goes here. We're going to put this gun over here and his other gun over here. All right, so there's Soundwave as he is. And then I won't transform the cassettes one more time. It's just, I think this video is already running quite long. But yeah, overall, I like Soundwave. I think that's pretty solid. Transformation is, not overly challenging. It's just the first time I was doing it, trying to figure out all the joints and parts. So that should be pretty good. I think that transformation is pretty nice. And then the only challenging one I found for the cassettes was Ravage, and only because his joints are very, very stiff, like very, very stiff. And there's because he's such a small and fragile type toy. When you got a stiff joints on this tiny little thing, I'm always scared that I'm gonna break the thing. The other ones were fine. These Buzzsaw and Rumble, they transform just fine. As I said, I do like these things. So overall, I would say, I would give Soundwave very high marks. I think it looks really great. Obviously, it would have been nicer if this was die-cast, but just because it will shine better. But I do like the paint job on this, and I think it's pretty nice. Buzzsaw is pretty good. I like the paint on that, or the stickers. They put those on. I think those are stickers anyways, or they just molded it in. Anyways, that looks nice. No stickers needed. Rumble looks nice. Head's really small, but I think overall it's nice. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna have to probably do another video one time to compare the size of the cassettes compared to the G1 sizes, and same with the Soundwaves. And then, but Ravage is challenging. I don't know if I love the mold so much for Ravage because I'm so used to the G1 mold, which looks really slick, and this one's just so like bulky fat, and I don't know if I love it as much. I mean, it stands, he's posable, but I don't know if it just doesn't look quite as right to me. But that's my opinion because I grew up on the G1. Anyways, so that's my take on the Soundwave Legacy Transformers. And I know, sorry for fumbling your way through the transformations, but it is the first time I'm transforming it. So, and you can see it. That's probably straight out of the box. Just so you know, you probably won't have trouble with Soundwave too much. Buzzsaw Rumble probably not so much. Ravage, as I said, very, very stiff, very stiff. But outside, once you get through the stiffness, I think it's probably going to be pretty straightforward to transform. It's just initially getting the joints loose, and you should be good. So I'm fairly happy with this purchase. It comes with 3 cassettes, so that's always a plus. It would probably scale well with the Studio Series 86. So I'm going to plop this next to some Studio 86 Transformers I have. And I do have a Blaster Studio Series 86. I still have to unbox, so I'll probably have Soundwave pretty close by to kind of compare them and see, how size comparison wise, and see if the cassettes fit into Blaster as well, and vice versa. I think Blaster comes with a cassette. We'll see if it fits into Soundwave, and that'll give us a good idea if this is probably going to be a repaint when they do the Studio Series 86 Soundwave eventually. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit longer than usual. This is 4 Transformers in one, and this is the Soundwave Legacy United version, and with the 3 cassettes. And so, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you're a fan of Transformers, which I assume you are if you're watching this, we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to be getting ourselves a Robosen Grimlock when we hit 1,000. And we're going to be shooting some really cool videos with that, unboxing it, seeing what all the stuff it can do, and then we're going to pair it with our Optimus Prime Robosen and do some really cool things with that. So that'd be awesome if you can help us out. Thank you so much for watching. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and until next time, you guys take care. Bye.